Steve, isn't that video from Justin like 3 years old? I haven't checked his videos out to see if he's really doing anything lately. But what did he say? What did he say, Christophelus? He said, John from Denver works for the CIA. And he's like, there's always one of them. Because I remember that before. But I also remember, I mean, not that I remember, I also thought, if you have some asshole tendencies and your ugly head pops out sometimes with asshole tendencies, if your ugly head pops out of your asshole tendencies when your head pops out, then I would just assume that means that the wormhole, yep, that's what Einstein, is that the theory of relativity or is that somebody else? I just really want to make sure I want to make sure that I got the right people that I'm talking about, because I hate to, accuse somebody of being somebody that they're not. This whole world, the whole system, it just seems like the people that are playing games, they really, really love playing games. Even if you know your time is just about up, it just feels like that spirit, that energy, is really enjoying playing games all the way to the end, and then in the end, nothing even happens to them. They just go back to their freaking island. But at least you get the hell out of here, because this earth is being, it's like two different sides are trying to control it. The evil side has always controlled it, but now, what God is slowly taking over. And I mean snail pace, slower than a slug. It's taking over. As minutes are normal, it feels like seconds. Dragging on and dragging on and dragging on. Who's the woman in the Truman Show? Who's that woman that was trying to warn Truman? Who's trying to warn me that everybody's acting? Well, I asked that question yesterday, and then Stephen James shows a video of Justin today or this morning, and Christophelus is the one that runs the show here, right? Isn't that who it is? Stephen James is definitely one of the top candidates for being that person, and so is Jonathan Click, and at one point I thought, well, maybe that's Derek Brose's baby. But here's the thing. here's the thing. When Christophelus was talking to Sylvania, Justin, you're from Pennsylvania, right? I mean, I think you're still in Virginia, but it's where you're from. It's not where you're at. But anyway, she has like these eyes that are really recognizable. There's only a couple people on YouTube that have that set of eyes. One of them is John St. Julian over in Africa. Jacob Israel has that set. Justin has that set of eyes, like the same set of eyes that woman on the Truman Show has. I don't communicate with John over in Africa, at least not that I know of from that channel. I don't talk to Justin anymore. I don't even think he does videos. And I don't believe I have you blocked either. You may think I have you blocked. I'll check. I don't think I do. It's just there was times where the spew that comes out of your mouth, Justin, about me, it was just getting irritating, because I feel like you actually believe what you're saying, but then when I combat that thought with, no, he knows the truth, but his job is to, still lie, and still, I can't stand it. Just the lying. That's why I don't even want to ask people questions that I already know they're going to lie about. Like, who's talking to you? Who's telling you? What are they telling you to say now? As you're looking directly at someone, and they're being controlled by that voice. I just don't know if it's an earpiece, or do you really hear Satan talking to you in your ear? Are these people robots down here? Am I the only human? And no matter what you do, nobody's going to ever say anything. They're always going to act like you're the crazy one, when they're the ones really scared shitless because you know the truth. And then they have to feel uncomfortable around you because and they're only going to lie. And so it's like, what's the point of even talking about it? And that's why I said to my wife, I said, look, when I find out the absolute truth, I'm not going to be mad at you. Oh, don't even start. Don't get offended at me. I have to say these things out loud. Everybody needs to know. Everybody that watches my videos, anybody in my family, anybody anywhere that I'll see, you just need to know that I know. One way or another, you're controlled by it, and you do a certain thing to certain targets, if there are any other targets. Sometimes it feels like it's just me, or it's mainly me, because revealing the things that nobody really knows. I can't prove any of it except for the people that run the entire show, the kings of the earth. That's the only ones I can really prove it to, and that's all that matters. But I just feel like there's still games being played, because everybody is giving their power over to that one. But remember, those 10 kings are going to hate that whore, the one that's running them, and burn her, right? Isn't that the scripture? Those 10 kings are going to do that to that, whoever that spirit is that's in charge of things. They're going to turn against her. So this planet is ran by an evil spirit. and it controls people. So I just wanted my wife to know that in the end, when it's all said and done, I'm going to free you from that voice that tells you to do things, or that earpiece that's plugged into your ear, or I'm completely wrong and I'll never find out the truth, or I'm dead on and I'll never find out the truth, or nothing will ever happen that I said and nobody will ever know the damn truth, and they'll just keep it. Because I can't, I'm trying to will my way into getting Satan to just let go. But I know how that spirit is really just excited to do evil things no matter what, and turn everybody against me that he can, and try to destroy my life. Like the Job scenario. Because you may think, poor Robin. But don't think that, because I do see what's going on. Things will change in a way that I may not like, but it will. Things, you know, if I had my way, things would change like that, and it would be over. Those buildings, that awakening. Remember what the first 9/11 did. You can only imagine what the second one would do if it was predicted dead on. I just feel like I predicted it dead on, and now they're not going to do it, because they're gonna keep it a secret and act like they never planned it. Because how can they can't possibly follow through with it when someone predicts it to the T, because then that'll prove the existence of God, and I don't know if they're ready for that. And in the meantime, it's just a way of continually long suffering. This is a long suffering for me. Since 2008, I'm warning people about Christ returning, Harold Camping warning us, God's judgment, May 21st, 2011. And all these years, I get to this point here, and those 10 kings pay very close attention to everything that I'm saying. But to everybody else that works under them, you're shaking your head, rolling your eyes. Poor Robin. Poor Robin, poor Robin, poor Robin. I'll just go about my life and my business, and poor Robin. And then when I finally get my way, it's even going to benefit you, whoever you are that is in my life. And you say to yourself, poor Robin. Poor Robin. So who is that woman? Who has a face of a man, but is really that woman on the Truman Show? And everybody's part of the Daily Show. You know, the Daily Show? Right, Jacob? Remember? The Daily Show? Because there's a spirit running this planet. It's running through everybody. It's a half mockery spirit. Like even in family and friends, co-workers, you have the portion of them that is work related, family related, you do whatever it is related, and then you have the other portion, which is the demonic possession. The possession that's demonic is a slave driven. You're told to do an act that is an ignorant type of a getting in the way of someone purposely, because you know you're doing what's good. Satan's telling you that you're doing good works when it's straight evil works, because you're trying to interrupt someone's life, someone's flow. I just wouldn't do it. That's all. I try to move things out of people's way, because that's the exact opposite spirit of the Antichrist spirit. So the irritation of the Antichrist spirit still torments me. It'll torment me until this shit ain't like this anymore, and nobody has to do that thing anymore, and then everybody is allowed to come clean and say, yeah, you're right, Robin, I was controlled by that voice. Thank you for freeing me from it. You're welcome. My pleasure. But going through it, it's not easy to know that this is what's going on, and I can't prove it besides the fact that I'm saying it and it's true, and you're controlled by it, and you know that I'm dead on. But yet, if you admit it and say anything, what happens to you? What do they kill you, or do you just lose your benefits? And what could possibly be benefits? Because I asked my brother, and it's like, I mean, I see my brother, and it's like, I can't imagine what you're benefiting from, because I don't see any difference in your life. But then remember, it was I'm sure Christophelus has benefits for you people that do those things, that it's a fleshly fulfillment that you get. Something with your flesh, like, even if you're like an asshole and you you pop your ugly head as in, like, out of your asshole, or something along those lines. Being circumcised, wailing at the wall, maybe it's something like that. One of them goes in, the other one goes out. Tree goes in, another one is planted and comes out. It's like a two tree system. There's something going on. Because why is it that everybody I come across just seems to do these tactics? But here's the main thing. Remember when I showed you yesterday? Christophelus talking to Sylvania, saying to her that about batting your eye and putting a move on Truman as he's winking his eye in a, you know, like a homosexual type of an admittance, batting his eye, flirting with him. He's saying what she did is the same thing he did. You know how that demonic spirit will blame somebody, but they're really admitting what they're doing? So who would that person be? Christophelus. Christophelus, who would he be? The person running the Gang Stalking Corporation. Now, just because Stephen James DeShawn's name is in that website saying he's the leading head gang stalker, it could all be a lie. It could be the person that really is just putting his name there, plastering him, trying to get people to believe that he's the leading head gang stalker in America. Not that he's going to be completely innocent, because it's not like everybody isn't in on it, because you all are. You're all in on it. But who has the ranking? That's what I've been trying to find out. Who has the top rank? Because I need to influence you. Life must be a lot easier when you're not controlled, possessed, or even live on Earth. So for you people that have those YouTube channels that you're in a really good mood all the time, and because you don't have to deal with the stuff that we have to deal with down here. As a matter of fact, you're the one causing the problems. And you seem like you're enjoying it a little bit too much. Why don't you go to hell and see what it's like living down here on Earth in hell? Because this is. It's not hell for everybody, but it is a hell planet. Yeah, you can work hard and waste most of your life and make a really good amount of money and just waste most of your life regardless. If you enjoy your job, if you really like what you're doing, but you have to work even, long hours or even just 40 hours a week, you're still wasting your life, because there's that 8 hours each day. There's your commute time. Give it at least an hour travel wherever. Maybe you're lucky you live close to your work. Myself, it's an hour at least up and back, 8 hours, 10 hours a day wasted. And then I try to get like 7 hours of sleep. That's 10, 17 hours out of 24 hours. There's only 7 hours left over to do what you want to do. And there's, time taking your shower, getting cleaned off from working. You're really left with about 6 hours each day in your life to do what you want to do. When you don't have to work for a living, well, you got 16, 17 hours to do what you want to do. That's living life. That's if you can live more than half of your life and not work and waste your time, well, then that would be like heaven, wouldn't it? So yes, we're in hell. Nobody really feels like doing what's unnatural. It's not natural to waste your life. What's the point of being born, Satan? So we can be your slave? Well, now it's time for you to be my slave. Somebody has to take on Satan and not be scared. And then somebody else has to warn. Somebody else has to warn the person telling the truth. Gang Stall King. Gang Stall King. Gang Stall King. It's a corporation. It's a way of life. It's a waste of time. It's a demonic spirit. It's a way of enjoying control. Like, look, look, I just got Robin to go in a different direction. Or it could just be a random thing that the timing is, hey, look, they're doing work, Robin. What do you expect them to do? I know. The thing about this world is it gets you to think both ways regardless. And then the Antichrist spirit, I have to fight off, because it's an irritated feeling that is a constant battle of constantly getting rid of it. So F you, Christophelus. You and your world. And to all the fake people who are still worshiping Satan, acting like you're an angel of righteousness. go to hell and stay there. And to the people that are trying to do good, I understand. It ain't easy, is it? Even the gang stalkers get gang stalked. The crowds. Remember Christ felt compassion for the crowds because he's seen that they were just I forget the verse, but they were harassed. The sheep. They're commanded to harass people and they get harassed. So you can take your world, Christophelus, and shove it up your ass.